And a good spiritual morning to you once again. I'm Father Cosmas. Thanks for joining me today for a quick chat and, of course, our morning cup of coffee. And I thought for today, I would talk a little bit about the implications of some stuff that's going on in our society. It's been going on for weeks and even months, and I've been ignoring it because it's political. And you know, I don't like getting into politics, so I haven't been touching upon it. But people have been asking me to comment on some of the stuff that's been going on with the presidents. And when I say presidents, I mean plural, right? Our former president is currently indicted. Our sitting president is being investigated for all sorts of things that are going on with inappropriate behavior, with family, with all sorts of stuff. And, you know, I'm not bringing this up to comment one way or another politically. You know, I don't really care about that. And my focus is on our spiritual life and moving forward spiritually. But it got me thinking about how every family at every level goes through their difficulties, right? We all go through our difficulties. And, well, where's the church in all of that? You know, and what basically happens, or what normally happens, commonly happens as a result? Well, what commonly is going on is we go through stuff. Whatever we're dealing with. Everyone's dealing with something. Everyone's going through something. Whether it's with our kids or with our grandkids or our own personal life, our relationships, our finances, whatever it may be, we're going through struggle. We're going through difficulty at some point. And what happens is we sort of prejudge where the church should fit into that. We sort of say, well, I know what the church is going to say, and guess what? I don't want to hear it. So I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to go in and bring it up because I don't want to be judged, or I don't want to be told what to do, or whatever it is. So we just sort of, the common practice is we kind of just sort of assume we know what the church's response is, so we cut the church out. I know what the priest is going to say, so I don't need to go hear that stuff. So we just don't talk about it. We sort of think that the church is all about imposing rules. The priest is just there to enforce the rules. And, you know, I get that in a sense. Although I do have to say, I didn't become a priest because I want to be a cop. I'm not a police officer. I have the utmost respect for cops. They have to be there to enforce the rules of society so that we don't have anarchy. But that's not what I do. I'm not trying to enforce rules. I try to help people. And so really where the church should be in all of this is in a position to help us as we're going through things. Well, the church can't help if you don't give the church a chance, if you don't involve the church, if you don't involve the priest, until it's now after the fact, and then, you know, there's difficulty and we have to, you know, clean some stuff up. Now we bring in the priest to sort of clean some stuff up. And that's happening constantly when it comes to marital difficulties and divorce. Just as an example, for one of the many things that we deal with, people are going through their struggles. They don't involve the priest. They don't involve the church. Then they go through their struggles, and now all of a sudden they've separated. It's time for the divorce. Now they come to me to say, okay, now I need to file the divorce paperwork. And I say, divorce paperwork? When did you decide you were getting divorced? Why didn't you come and talk about it with me? Well, you know, it's already done now. And this happens across the board with all sorts of stuff. And it shouldn't be, because the church wants to help. The priest wants to help. He's trying to facilitate reconciliation. He's trying to facilitate healing. The church is a place of healing. The church is a hospital, not a court of law. That's the quote from St. John Chrysostom. It's not a place to judge and condemn. It's a place to help, to reconcile, to heal. And the priest wants to do that. But in order to do that, you've got to give the priest a chance. So with whatever you're going through, and we're all going through something, with whatever you're going through, pick up the phone and call. And come in and see the priest. I can't encourage you enough to go and talk to your priest, to come and talk to your priest, to say, hey, Father, I'm going through some stuff. This is what I'm going through. Everyone's going through stuff. And let's talk about it. And I can sit down and try to figure out a way to help. Figure out a way to make things better, not make things worse. And at the very least you know you always have someone to talk to that just wants your best interests, is taking your best interests at heart. He wants nothing more than for you to be well, and for you to be happy, and for you to be close to God. That's what the priest is trying to do. And that's what the church is trying to do. But you know what? That's never going to happen if we don't give the church a chance. And so what I'm saying is, whatever's going on, give the church a chance. Reach out and try to find reconciliation, not judgment. Try to find healing. Try to find that each and every day. Amen.